A lot of people have been linking the New York Jets to Justin Fields in free agency. With Aaron Rodgers leaving, the New York Jets obviously have a gigantic hole at the quarterback spot. We talked about Jackson Dart already on the channel. We just talked about Cam Ward. Now I want to talk about Justin Fields, a potential addition for the New York Jets in free agency. Will the New York Jets go after Justin Fields? Would it be smart to do it? Is there upside? I'm going to break down everything you need to know about Justin Fields, his market value, injury history, statistics, what to expect from him at the quarterback position at this stage of his career right here on Jets Media. So do not forget to hit the like button and don't forget to comment your thoughts of Justin Fields. Do you feel like the New York Jets should go out there and sign him in free agency? Would love to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. And also don't forget to subscribe right here to Jets Media. I'm pumping out new type of content in this offseason, and it's been a lot of fun. So you guys let me know your feedback in the comments, subscribe, and let's get right into the video. So Justin Fields has been linked to the New York Jets ever since, of course, we found out Aaron Rodgers is no longer coming back. And the one thing I like about Justin Fields is his market value, and I want to start off with that. His market value, according to Spotrac, is only $6.4 million on a one-year contract in the 2025 free agency. Now, you're talking about a quarterback that was drafted in the first round, was a bust in Chicago, goes to Pittsburgh, and helped them win football games until Russell Wilson came back. I believe they were 4-2 with Justin Fields. He didn't light it up statistically, but he was playing winning football over there in Pittsburgh. And the idea that the Jets could potentially sign Justin Fields on a one-year contract, giving him $6.4 million, that is one thing about this whole Justin Fields to the Jets situation I am definitely on board of. I think it is a low-risk, high-reward type of scenario. So his market value is pretty cheap, especially when you look at how expensive the quarterback position is. Now, you want to look at the rest of the NFL in terms of guys like Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith. I don't want to just name former Jets, but it seems like those are the guys that I'm about to talk about here. There's a lot of quarterbacks that just need some time and also need a new destination to figure themselves out. Baker Mayfield was a journeyman until he found his home in Tampa. Geno Smith was a journeyman until he found his home in Seattle. Sam Darnold was a journeyman. I don't know if he found his home yet in Minnesota because of the whole situation with his contract. He's a free agent. We don't know if the Vikings will franchise tag him, extend him, or he finds a new home, Sam Darnold. But you know what I'm trying to say here. Maybe Justin Fields just need another opportunity to go out there and prove to be the franchise quarterback for a respective organization. Now, when it comes to Justin Fields, I'm on record, and I've said it multiple times on my channel, that the idea of landing Justin Fields does not excite me. And the reason why I say that is I've never been a fan of Justin Fields as a prospect, even coming out of Ohio State. I just feel like he lacks so much in the passing game. He's very good on the ground. His mobility and athleticism is off the charts, but I just feel like when it comes to reading the field, processing things mentally, he's just not there, and I don't know if he has it. I feel like that's something that it's either you have it or you don't have it. You know, some of these other quarterbacks, like Sam Darnold, even showed some flashes early on in his career. So did Baker Mayfield, of being able to process the field and making throws over the middle. Justin Fields, he's a guy that can just stretch the field, throw it deep, you know, make some wow plays with his legs, but I feel like that's the part of his game that I feel like is a little questionable, which is why his market value is so cheap at $6.4 million. So I'm not dead against the New York Jets going out there and landing Justin Fields. I actually am getting warmed up to the idea, to be honest. The more I think about the potential addition of Justin Fields, the more I'm actually like, you know what? I'm down for it in a way because of his youth, because it's such a low-risk, high-reward scenario, and you weigh what Aaron Glenn and Darren Mooj are trying to do here, it does fit the timeline. We talked about the Jets potentially trading up for Cam Ward, or maybe even they trade up for Sanders, or maybe they find Jackson Dart somewhere in the first round or in the second round. But I do feel like even adding Justin Fields while still drafting a quarterback makes sense. I mean, there's a world where I think you get Justin Fields here and you draft the quarterback, or the Jets go a direction of bringing Justin Fields in, compete with Tyrod Taylor, don't draft the quarterback, and go into next year 2026 draft class to go after a quarterback in that draft. Who knows? But I feel like there's such a low risk, high reward here with Justin Fields as a prospect, which is definitely the reason why I think it's actually important here. Now, let's talk about the fit and what you can expect with the Jets if he does come here with the new offensive coordinator, Tanner Engstrand. The Jets are bringing in the Detroit Lions type of offense, and we would be a very run-heavy team. You talk about Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis are three running backs. The offensive line is pretty much set right now outside of right tackle. We found out that Morgan Moses is going to be testing free agency, and he's most likely not coming back. So the Jets are going to have to plug in the right tackle and add depth on the offensive line. But outside of the right tackle position, we are set from left tackle to right guard. Absolutely love what we saw from Olu Fashanu as a rookie at left tackle. John Simpson was a stud at left guard. That veteran free agent was a big signing for Joe Douglas last year. Joe Tippmann is a stud at center, and we still got AVT at right guard. So I do like the way this offensive line's looking, and the reason why I bring that up is if the Jets land Justin Fields and he's the starting quarterback going into week number 1, this is going to be a very hard team to defend against the run because you're going to have to deal with Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, and Justin Fields out of the backfield, and I'll even throw in Isaiah Davis because I feel like he did show some flash last year as a rookie. So I think that it would definitely open up this Jets team as a run-dominant team. Now, another thing about the addition of Justin Fields a lot of people are talking about is it would make Garrett Wilson happy. Now, I understand we want to make Garrett Wilson happy. I'm the biggest fan of Garrett Wilson I think there is. I mean, he's my #1 player on the Jets. He has been since he got drafted here. I want the New York Jets to extend him long term, but I feel like making him happy would be getting him a quarterback that's going to get him the ball and have him put up elite numbers. I don't think Justin Fields is the quarterback that's going to help Garrett Wilson put up numbers. Do they have a relationship? Yeah, they went to college together. They're friends. When you look at Garrett Wilson with Aaron Rodgers departing, there's a lot of people saying that's going to help the idea of Garrett Wilson staying here long term, which I absolutely love. But then on the flip side, you want to get Garrett Wilson a quarterback that's going to sling the rock down the field, and that's my biggest concern with Justin Fields. I feel like we are going to be a very limited pass attack team offensively if Justin Fields is our quarterback. There is some upside. There's maybe some untapped potential here, but when it comes to setting up the play action, not a lot of defenses are going to be like worried about the Jets beating you deep and beating you over the middle if you're not afraid of Justin Fields making the right throws over the middle of the field. And don't get me wrong, Justin Fields has an arm. He's got a cannon. He can stretch the ball down the field, but the question is the decision-making, accuracy, very inconsistent with his fundamentals, and I just don't know if he has all there. But again, when it comes back to the timeline of Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji, could that just be a guy to take a flyer on to kind of help steer this Jets organization to a brand new direction? I honestly understand why there's a lot of Jets fans that are down for it, and that's why the upside of bringing him in with this offensive scheme with Tanner Engstrand, it's going to be running the football first, setting up play action down the field, and maybe if you add Justin Fields, you can draft a guy like Tyler Warren out of Penn State in the first round, who is a do-it-all type of tight end that I actually absolutely love. He's a guy that can block, run routes, elite hands, red zone target, and maybe you get a weapon like that for him because the tight end position is wide open right now. That is arguably one of the biggest holes on the entire Jets roster. Obviously, he's not the only prospect I like in the first round. You can go defensive line, you can go wide receiver, you can go a lot of different directions here, but I feel like with the addition of Justin Fields and you just look at the scheme and what the Jets are going to try to emulate under him, I feel like it's going to be very unique with the first-time play caller, with a guy that has just been proven to be a bust in Chicago, but then you look at what he did in Pittsburgh. He proved that he can win football games, or when you are actually a good football team like the Pittsburgh Steelers have been showing every single year. So that's my overall thoughts of Justin Fields. I feel like I would be on board for it. I'm not going to be popping champagne and being super excited if we land Justin Fields, but if we do land him, I'm definitely going to be, pumped up that he's our guy. I'm going to be rooting for him and hopeful that he can maybe find, a new home with the New York Jets long term, or if he's just that one-year guy and we draft somebody and we find our guy in the draft and Justin Fields just here for a year, I'm down for that as well. So there's a lot of options for the New York Jets at the quarterback position as we are learning. So I'm excited to see which direction the New York Jets end up going. You guys let me know in the comments down below. Do you want the New York Jets to take a flyer on signing Justin Fields? The contract to the market value, a one-year $6.5 million deal is a prove-it deal. That's the reason why I'm kind of on board for this if it's that type of price. If it's anything more than that, 10+ million on a multi-year deal, that's a little bit more risky in my opinion. So you guys let me know in the comments. Hit the like button and let's go Jets. Peace out, folks.